Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I got a story that came in about, it's basically a short-term relationship. I don't even know if it was just a start of something. They met on Tinder and hit it off really well, and a health issue happened with the woman he was dating. Like I said, I don't know if they were considered boyfriend, girlfriend, or just seeing each other is what I would call it. But I think this is going to happen a lot in the future. Not someone's uh, mother being ill and moving on, but the idea of meeting on Tinder or one of these social apps. In fact, I think in the future, in the next 5 to 10 years, that's going to be 90% of how people meet, probably. That's how fast it's moving. And is that a good thing? I don't know. That might be for another video, how if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But the thing about meeting online is you don't know someone until you actually interact in person, right? So it's a bit different. It's tough to gauge where things are going to head when you met that way. And I always think that if someone's on one of those apps too, it's also easy for them to meet someone else. I don't think that's the case here, but if they leave their profile up while they're dating you still and they have a lot of interest, it's certainly a possibility. But let's move into this story. And he wrote this story quite well. I want to compliment him on that. Very good grammar. Hi, Mac. Hope things are going good with you. This is my story. It's regarding a very short-term relationship I had with a woman which started early last December after we had met through the Tinder app. I'm 37 from Ireland and she is 32. It turns out that we live on the same street, about 5-minute walk apart from each other in the city. We hit things off pretty quickly and things got physical around the third date with me staying over, at her place. Just had a coffee. We did fun stuff and got along really well. Conversation always flowed and lots of flirting on both sides. Sounds great, buddy. She had mentioned early on that her mom, was having some problems regarding her heart with hospital visits, but that she should be okay. Her family also lives only a few streets away from me, so her whole family has always lived in the area. At around the 2-month mark, we had arranged to spend a Sunday together, and I texted her early that day to see if she wanted to call by my place or I could go over to hers. I didn't get any response the whole day, so the last thing that night I texted her good night and to check if she was okay. She responded apologizing, telling me that she had a family crisis and her mom was rushed into a hospital and she was with her mom all day. I told her not to worry and hoped her mom would be in safe hands. From that point, her communication with me nosedived. I think if she's telling the truth, of course it would probably, and you weren't together that long for her to share details of what was going on with her mom, let alone I don't think you had met the mom yet, so it's kind of that gray area where she wasn't going to bring you to the hospital and be a part of all that probably. A few days later, I texted her asking how her mom was, and she responded saying she isn't too good. I told her I was there for her. She then noticed I had changed my WhatsApp profile pic and said it was lovely. Well, that's a nice sign. Then went quiet. Later in the week, I asked her if she wanted to grab a coffee with me to get a break from things, and she didn't respond. I let things be until the weekend and texted her that I didn't want to put any pressure on her about things since she was dealing with her mom, etc. If she wanted a break or felt different about things now, then I would understand. She responded saying that she hadn't soured on me and had a wonderful time the last time we got together, but she was having difficulty focusing on us at the present with everything that is going on at home, and that I deserve someone who will give me the attention that I deserve. Well, that's the true statement. That's sweet, kind, and honest is what it is. And she's actually putting your interest first, saying that right now she's not going to give you her full energy or her full attention. And that's a good character woman, that she wants to put her mom first at this point, especially heart surgery, and that's pretty serious. It did feel like I was being given the gentle blow off. I don't think so. I would give her the benefit of the doubt on this because it's her mom and it's heart surgery. I don't think she's lying about that. If she is, then that says a lot about her character, and you don't want to be with someone like that. Because I automatically thought that her attraction for me fell off. She didn't want to have to tell me that. It wasn't her attraction. It was just that she didn't have the energy to give to you right now. Everything's going into her mom. You know, all her focus is there. So when I think back to when we were together, I can't think of her being any different with me or her attraction not being there, which is the frustrating thing. Well, her mom wasn't sick when you're thinking back, or in the hospital, let alone. That's the difference. I ended up running into her about 5 days later outside our local shop since we live in the same street, and she seemed happy to see me. Well, I mean, if she seemed, that says a lot. I mean, you can read body language. And she started telling me that her mom needed to have her heart stopped and may need surgery and medication for the rest of her life, which she is worried about. And she's also having to help one of her sisters out with things, and said she can't give me 100% at present. So unless she can do that, then she won't be trying to date me, because it would be unfair to me if her time is taken up. Well, I mean, it's not what you want to hear, but it's certainly respectable in my book. I mean, I respect an individual for being honest like that, and she's putting her mom and her sister first. And that's admirable. That's a noble thing. She said it was purely a case of wrong time, wrong place. Nothing to do with us in terms of things not feeling good. I think she's telling the truth. I said, I understand, and after some time passed, maybe we can shoot some pool like before and get a beer. She agreed to that, and we laughed a bit, and then she kissed me on the lips, and we said cheerio. That was early in February, and I've been in no contact since. So has she. I know I will run into her again. What should I say when that happens? Feel free to ask her out for a coffee again and just say you want to see how things are going, where she's at with things. Keep it light, honest, direct. I would like to ask her how things are and her mom was doing. That's a good thing to start. If you're interested in her, you certainly should be interested to see how her mom's doing. Do you think asking her if she would like to catch up would be too much? No, not in this case. This isn't a case where you really broke up. There were circumstances with her mom getting sick, all the things that you mentioned. She still has feelings for you. She just doesn't have the time for you right now, or the energy. And if you asked her out again, I don't think you'd be annoying unless you asked out again and again and again. It's been 7 weeks. You live on the same street. You run into each other, or you just drop her a text. Hey, I just want to check in, see how you've been, and see if you want to catch up with a coffee. I hope your mom's doing okay. I'm not telling you what to write. I never do that on this channel. I'm just giving you an example. I feel that at this point, it's better I know where I stand since it's been 7 weeks. Yeah, sure, you want a little clarity. And you should be interested also in seeing how her mom does if you care about her. And that's a difficult thing, especially if they had to stop the mom's heart. 7 weeks to see if she doesn't want to catch up. I can let things be with her and move on. Yeah, if she says, hey, look, my mom still comes first right now. I'm dealing with a lot. It's the same situation. Then leave it alone. And just go, I'm there for you. I still have interest in you, and let me know when you want to get a coffee in the future, something like that. Should I text her to check in on her? I already answered that. Does this sound like a genuine case of bad timing, circumstantial type factors? Absolutely does. That leads to things breaking off suddenly, or is it an attraction issue? I don't think it's an attraction issue, but you have to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's telling you the truth. Do you think she's lying that her mom's sick? I mean, that would be a pretty low thing to do. I have never had to deal with a family member taking seriously illness. That's why you can't relate, probably. So I can't compare it to anything in terms of how that would make a person want to pull away. Well, I'll tell you what, my mom's in her mid-60s, and if I was dating someone off the Tinder app for 2 months, regardless of our connection, I probably would put that on the sidelines for a while and focus on helping my mom out, especially if her mom had to stop her heart and it was that serious. And then you have your sister too. So if this is true, I would totally understand what this girl's going through. And I would agree with her. Should I stay in no contact or wait, or should I check in with her and see if she wants to catch up? In this case, see if she wants to catch up, ask one time, and accept it if she says no again. Accept that, and then give her the space. That's a simple answer to this. So please visit writemac.com if you'd like to share your breakup story with me, or you'd like to do a live coaching session. Thank you.